So, Elden Ring, it's a fantastic game full of incredible sights and wonders and monsters trying to kill you. Lots of marvels and dangers and stuff, weird stuff around every corner. Monsters trying to kill you. Lots to discover and explore and be killed by. And of course, some really stunning locations, the imaginative landscapes that only the imagination could conjure. But if we're being honest, how many of these places would you really want to live in? I mean, the whole land is torn apart by civil war, fought over in a power struggle by demigods, and it's overall a very dangerous place. It's hard to find even just a little corner where something's not trying to kill you. But suppose you were stranded in the lands between, and you just wanted a quiet life, you've given up your sword and the ways of violence for a peaceful pacifist existence. You just want to find a nice quiet place by the beach or something. Can it be done? Well, yes, but where would you go? How do these places rank in terms of livability, I guess? Now, there's a few places we can rule out right away, I think. Like this place, Caelid. Yeah, everything about this place unnerves me. Everything's wrong. There's a wrongness to everything. The trees are wrong. The sky looks wrong. The rocks are wrong. The whatever this thing is wrong. It's all wrong. Everything is just so wrong. It's a diseased nightmare-scape. Nowhere in the land of Caelid would I even want to have a picnic. Anywhere you stand in Caelid is going to be the wrong place. Look, it's not all bad. It does have some of the most amazing stretches of coastline in the game. Unfortunately, the litter problem here is quite bad. Still, if you can step past the broken syringes and whatever else this is, you can probably sit down by the sunset. I imagine there's a hot, dusty breeze constantly, though, so you'll get it in your eyes and your skin will chafe. So that's out, and that's a significant part of the land. So that entire land is out. That's a no-go for me. Won't be staying there. So I think we can leave this place far behind. Next up, the snowy wasteland land. Snowy consecrated snowfields. Yeah, I think this place is going to be too cold. This is normal weather for this part of the world, by the way. It's always like this here. You can't see anything, visibility is down to 0. But if you were determined to settle down into a frozen hellscape, you could make a go of things in the one town, the liturgical town here. The inhabitants, probably learned folk, they seem to keep to themselves. It's a bit of a crime problem at night, though. It's absolutely not safe to walk the streets at night. But then in these temperatures, why would you go outside? Volcano Manor. Look, I don't want to come across as too judgmental or anything, but I can already see a problem with this place just from the name. Not to deny the incredible audacity and architectural achievement of building an entire city-town thing inside the crater of an active volcano. But that doesn't mean it's a good idea to build a city inside the crater of an active volcano. So it's going to be very hot here. and you really don't want to step off the path. Now, the Volcano Manor itself, there's good amenities. Everything's high quality, catering for guests. However, if you want to stay here, you do have to join their giant snake worshipping death cult. And yes, you will be expected to lay down your life for it. But you don't have to live in the manor itself. You could live in the village outside of that. Also in the volcano. There's a few facilities here. This is taken from what they call their guest house. I've stayed in better places, to be honest, and places with fewer torture implements in the next room. The locals are not very hospitable. Now, there is public transport here, which is great. It's a bit rudimentary, but it takes you where you're trying to go. So that's one plus. Still, I think I put this right on the bottom of the list of places I would not want to be living in Elden Ring. Lake of Rot. Well, it's quiet. It's definitely out of the way. The infrastructure is a bit lacking. There's no fresh water. I guess you could travel upstream for some fresh water, but not very much to hunt unless you really love the taste of basilisk flesh. I mean, if you're desperate, I suppose you could eke out a miserable hermit existence here, and of course the elephant in the room, the poisonous lake in the room, rather, is the lake itself. The poisonous lake, you can't go in it without getting poisoned, and even just standing near it is poisonous. Even just looking at it is probably poisoning you. So, yeah, I'm afraid this place is not really appealing for a perfect home. So what have we got here? Crumbling Farum Missoula. Well, look, it's a bit too drafty for me. There's good infrastructure, I guess, but it's a bit dilapidated. It's a bit falling apart everywhere. I imagine you'd never be able to sleep here. The sound of the wind roaring all night long would keep you awake. And if it wasn't that, it would be the worry that your accommodation was going to crumble away and fall to the ground at any moment. I mean, it's very unclear what's holding this place together. Some sort of centrifugal force, maybe. But yeah, I wouldn't feel very comfortable here. Plus, the rent is far too much. So I guess those are the main places I wouldn't want to live in at all. Many people would probably think Limgrave, the starting area, is a good place to set up base. It's not too dangerous, or the creatures in it they're still trying to kill you, but they're not trying as hard to kill you, is maybe the best way to put it. So you could probably find a quiet spot here or there. And there's actually quite a few spaces where there isn't too much around. So it's a possible one. It's a maybe. The infrastructure is not great here. Most of the buildings outside of the castles are in ruins, and actually the castles are in ruins too, but they're still better off than the non-castle ruins. But for me, I have a bit of an aversion to living somewhere where there's this many crucifixion victims on display. Maybe that's just me. Maybe you're fine with that, but I'd like to keep away from that sort of business. So if I had to live here, I'd try and look down on the Weeping Peninsula. If things got nasty on the continent, you could even knock down this bridge here and isolate your... Well, I guess it's not really a peninsula then, is it? If it's connected by a bridge. Maybe it used to be, and it all just eroded away. Anyway, down here you can probably find a bit of coastline or something. You're probably still going to be on guard for wolves and sea zombies and these things. So it's not my first choice, but I guess it could be done, so that's a maybe. Oh, I don't mind all the ashes in the air. I think they were just doing a bit of backburning that day. It's not usually like this. Now here's a nice spot. It's out of the way. You go down a canyon at the end of a lake. You do have neighbours spitting out poisonous bile, but I guess that's a danger anywhere, really. They leave you alone if you leave them alone, mostly. Now the views are lovely. There's a bit of traffic here, but not too much. Even though there's a little shack here, you don't want to live in any of these shacks. Now, usually these shacks are really good locations, but you get all kinds of travelers appearing in them, especially in the middle of the night, so you don't want to set up home there and then find an unwelcome visitor. But I reckon you could set up a tent nearby and you'd be fine. Just keep out of the hut itself. What's up next? Now here's a nice spot by the water. Lots of fresh greenery and plants to harvest. Some wildlife you can hunt to live off the land. Again, one major problem here, and that's the hut full of corpses. I highly recommend you don't stay in there. Don't even approach it. Probably that warning is a bit redundant. Hopefully you see it. Hopefully you'd see a hut of corpses and know not to go anywhere near it. But nowhere's going to be perfect. And if I have to choose a place out of the ones we've seen so far, it'll be this. It's only got one major problem, and if you avoid that bit, you can sort of live a decent existence here. Where else have we got? No. Nope. Definitely not. No. Not here. Nope. Definitely nope. I think I'll keep looking, thanks. Jartown. Well, there's really no competition, right? It's the one place where everything isn't trying to kill you yet. The inhabitants, the people here are nice. I don't know if they're people. The jars here are nice and fairly friendly. It's a bit out of the way, hard to get to the main shops and hard to get back, but that's a good thing in this land when the other shoppers are as murderous. You could probably live somewhere here if the jars allow you to live here, I think. It looks like they've probably got their own little farms here as well, probably. So I reckon you could... this would be an alright place to set up shop and watch the oncoming apocalypse.